On this adventure, we are exploring the legends, history, and hauntings of the Three Valley Gap, one of British Columbia's most mysterious and paranormal roadside destinations. I'm Cody Gregory, and this is Poison Culture. Located between Revelstoke and Sicamous, Three Valley Gap was an important travel corridor through the mountains of what is now southeastern British Columbia. Indigenous peoples used routes throughout the area for centuries before European settlement and later prospectors, trappers, railway workers, and settlers arrived. The modern Three Valley Gap began in 1956 when Gordon and Ethel Bell purchased a swampy lakeside property beside the Trans-Canada Highway. Most people thought that the land was unsuitable for development, but Gordon had a vision for a roadside destination unlike anything else in BC. The Bells hauled in over 25,000 tons of rock to create the stable ground. Rather than build a fake movie set town, Gordon Bell became obsessed with preserving British Columbia's disappearing history. As old pioneer buildings across BC faced demolition, Bell purchased many of them, carefully dismantling them, and transported them to the Three Valley Gap, and rebuilt them there. Some structures were moved board by board from their original communities. One reason the Three Valley Gap has developed such a haunted reputation is because it contains authentic historic buildings filled with original artifacts from the late 1800s and early 1900s. The surrounding valley has a history of railway accidents, landslides, avalanches, and fatalities dating back to the early days of the Canadian Pacific Railway. Historical records show multiple deaths in train accidents near Three Valley Lake in the early 1900s. The ghost town is often quiet, especially in the evenings, creating an eerie atmosphere that many visitors describe as unsettling. Over the years, visitors and staff have reported footsteps when nobody was nearby, cold spots inside certain buildings, unexplained scents, particularly floral fragrances, feelings of being watched, and strange noises in the hotel and heritage buildings. One of the most commonly repeated legends involves a woman dressed in white who is allegedly seen around the grounds of the hotel or among the heritage buildings. Like many lady in white stories across North America, details vary depending on who's telling it, but most of the versions claim that she appears near the historic buildings after dark. She is connected to a tragic death from the pioneer or railway era. Guests have also reported glimpsing of a woman who vanishes when approached. One of the most detailed modern stories comes from a visitor account describing a room or parlor area where an intense rose water scent suddenly appeared. According to the account, the scent was much stronger than seemed possible, and the visitor also reported encountering a sharp cold area on the staircase. The experience for a while became one of the most frequently shared paranormal stories associated with the attraction. Many paranormal enthusiasts focus on the old railway exhibits and roundhouse. The theory is that because the Canadian Pacific Railway passed through a notoriously dangerous mountain region, fatal accidents, avalanches, and railway incidences occurred throughout the area's history. Some visitors believe the railway artifacts carry residual energy from those events. While not every tragedy occurred directly at Three Valley Gap itself, the surrounding region has witnessed countless stories of loss over the last century. For paranormal investigators, places connected to intense human experiences often become the focus of ghost stories and legends. Even if you are skeptical about ghosts, the Three Valley Gap is one of the most atmospheric roadside attractions in British Columbia. Between the historic buildings, mountain setting, railway history, and isolated location, it is easy to see why people leave with ghost stories. Three Valley Gap feels like stepping directly into British Columbia's past. Throughout the ghost town, you'll find original pioneer cabins, churches, schools, businesses, railway structures, and homes that have all been carefully relocated and preserved. Walking from building to building is like traveling through different chapters of Western Canadian history, with each structure telling its own story about the people who once lived and worked in these rugged mountain communities. Inside these buildings are thousands of artifacts that offer a glimpse into everyday life from more than a century ago. There's antique furniture, vintage clothing, household items, tools, medical equipment, photographs, and personal belongings left behind from another era. There are old general stores stocked with products from decades past, workshops filled with hand tools, and displays that showcase the industry that helped build British Columbia. The site is also home to an impressive collection of railway artifacts, including locomotives, rail cars, and equipment that highlights the importance of the railway in connecting Canada's West. Together, these artifacts create an immersive experience that feels less like a museum and more like a town that has been frozen in time. Perhaps what makes these collections so memorable is the sense that life simply stopped and never resumed. Many of the rooms appear as though their occupants might return at any moment. Tables remain set, personal belongings sit untouched, and mannequins dressed in period clothing stand silently in shops and homes. For history enthusiasts, it's a fascinating journey into the past. For those interested in the paranormal, these preserved spaces often become a backdrop for unexplained footsteps, strange noises, and feelings of being watched. There is no denying that Three Valley Gap possesses an atmosphere unlike almost anywhere else in British Columbia. During the gold rush and pioneer days, law enforcement in remote mountain communities was often a difficult and dangerous job. Towns could spring up almost overnight, and prospectors, miners, and merchants and fortune seekers flooded into the area. With that rapid growth often came gambling, theft, disputes, and violence. Standing inside George's blacksmith and horseshoeing shop today, it's easy to imagine the heat of the forge, the smell of the coal smoke, and the constant sound of hammer blows filling the air. If there's one place where the energy of the past feels preserved, it might be the blacksmith shop. Thousands of hammer strikes, years of hard labor, and countless interactions took place here. Whether those experiences leave behind more than memories is something visitors continue to debate. Standing among the historic buildings of the Three Valley Gap is Hotel Bellevue, a structure that offers a fascinating glimpse into the hospitality industry of British Columbia's pioneer era. Unlike many museum displays, this building wasn't relocated to look old. It is old. Originally located in Sicamous, the hotel was rescued and relocated to Three Valley Gap, where it continues to preserve a piece of the province's history. Designed to evoke the spirit of the Old West, the saloon features rustic wooden architecture, vintage furnishings, and period-appropriate decor that transports visitors back to the bygone era. It serves as a centerpiece to the Heritage Village, offering a nostalgic atmosphere. The Eagle Pass Freight Office is also a part of the historic collection. The freight office was a hub for handling goods, supplies, and equipment that were essential for remote communities, and also the mining operations, and the expanding railway system in the area. The tack, saddle, and buggy shop at Three Valley Gap is a notable part of the historic collection. This shop showcases the essential equipment and craftsmanship involved in outfitting horses and travelers during the late 19th and early 20th century. Now, the roundhouse at Three Valley Gap is a significant part of the historic collection, with the Three Valley Gap Heritage Village. Used for servicing and storing locomotives, allowing for efficient turnaround and repairs. It was a vital hub for the railway operations, especially during the height of the train travel and the freight transportation in the early 20th century. It features vintage railway equipment, tools, and displays that illustrate the daily work of railway workers. The site highlights the significance of rail transportation in shaping British Columbia's development and offers insight into the technological and logistical challenges faced by early railway operations. And we couldn't pass up the opportunity to walk through the haunted train car. Overall, the ghost town at Three Valley Gap stands as a captivating reminder of the region's rugged past and the stories that have been passed down through generations. Its abandoned buildings, historic artifacts, and lingering atmosphere evoke a sense of nostalgia and curiosity, making it a compelling destination for history buffs and paranormal enthusiasts. Often viewed as a haunted site or simply a preserved piece of history, the town offers a unique glimpse into the pioneer era, where life was tough but full of adventure. Its mysterious aura continues to inspire tales of ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena, ensuring that the spirit of the ghost town remains alive in the imaginations of those who visit. This was certainly an eerie journey through the haunted history of the ghost town at Three Valley Gap. If you believe in the paranormal or simply enjoy the thrill of ghost stories, the legends and atmospheric remnants of this historic site continue to captivate visitors and locals alike. From mysterious sightings to unexplained sounds, the area's rich history seems to be intertwined with whispers from the past, leaving an enduring sense of mystery and intrigue. And as I conclude our exploration, remember that whether haunted or not, these stories surrounding the Three Valley Gap add a fascinating layer to its history. If a place where the past and present meet, and perhaps where the spirits of bygone days still linger, if you ever find yourself wandering through the ghost town, keep your senses alert. You never know what might be watching from the shadows or whispering in the wind. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay spooky.